Welcome to the Gen X Journey podcast. Dive into all things important to Gen Xers, from advice on aging parents, expert interviews, product reviews, and heartfelt conversations. So put down the joystick, grab your Walkman, dust off your old yearbooks, and welcome to the Gen X Journey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gen X Journey podcast. This is Steve. I'm back for our first podcast of the 2026 year with my good friends Noel and Keith. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah. It's funny because we actually released one in 2026. And I was thinking about this earlier. It cracks me up because we did the toys one, right? But we were talking about, and it's so funny because we actually recorded that in 2025. And I always think, okay, so like, you know, you always have this thing, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a great New Year. And we were recording this actually before New Year, right? But you're trying to make it. So I sit there and like when release day, I'm like, I really hope there's not like an apocalypse. And then like 2 days later, it's like, Happy New Year. It's been a great day. You know, something crazy happening. Always cracked me up to think about that. It's like, I should probably pull it if something really bad happens. But fortunately, it's been a happy start to the year so far. So we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Well, as many of our listeners might recall, Noel, Keith, and I all live in the state of Texas, and we have a massive weather event that's happening that's going to affect all three of us. Matter of fact, hovering right all over all of us. But that's a massive winter storm that's supposed to, I guess, rev up on Friday night and tomorrow and all the way through the weekend. And if you ever pay attention to how the state of Texas handles winter weather, it's not, you know, West Texas does okay, you know, sort of normal to them, but Dallas,
I don't think so.
We're about to be the laughing stock of the country.
Yeah, we are. I've got a Facebook post that came up the other day. It was from back in January, many years. It's 2017, I think, when I lived in Houston, and it was icy weather that day. And I'll send this. We should post on our Facebook page. It's unbelievable. Like all the places where there were accidents. And
oh my gosh! Yeah, you need to post
like,
that.
Oh, if they like tell me that you can't drive in the snow in one picture without telling me you can't drive in the snow, like, oh my gosh, guys, seriously,
that's bad.
Better than this. It was.
But like even to your point, we were trying to record this last night, and we were just kind of like, okay, maybe we should wait another day, and we were trying to communicate. Weren't you at HEB? Where were you?
I was at HEB.
And there were so many people there, we couldn't even get a text message back from Steve because like the system was overloaded in there. That tells you something about Texas prep for the 2 days we have of bad weather, you know.
Yeah. Every register had at least 40 people in line.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, for those of you that live elsewhere, those of you that especially live in northern climates where you're used to this stuff, watch the national news because you're going to see semi trucks jackknife hanging over the side of the overpasses. You're going to see people bouncing into each other because no one's going to change their driving habits during this winter storm. We're all going to just continue to drive, 15 miles over the speed limit, and just play demolition derby the entire weekend. So
absolutely,
it should be fun.
Good luck to everybody else.
Yeah, really. Bubble wrap your cars, folks.
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah. But that got us thinking about snow days, right? So that's what we thought the topic for this conversation would be what was it like when we, right now we have these responsibilities. We've got to go buy everything at the grocery store, or cover our pipes, make sure we drip all this kind of stuff. But snow days as a kid, right? I mean, was there not these were the days that we waited for, like we hope. And it's not quite as effective this year because it's going to be over the weekend, which I'm grateful for. I don't have to get out in it, but snow days as a kid, right? Either that feeling of getting out of school or even just what you did. So I want to ask you all, what was snow days like in your childhood? What did y'all do? What was it like on your block? Give me some ideas here.
You bet. I still remember very much the first snowstorm I experienced, or snow I experienced. I don't know if we actually have snowstorms, but we have snow, which is mostly sleet and ice. But
right.
But I think I was 7 or 8 years old. We lived in Victoria, Texas, and we were so excited to see our first snow. We actually got out of school for the day, which was it's extra bonus, but like we spent every single waking minute outside, regardless of how cold it was. We were using ordinary things like laundry baskets as sleds. We tried to ride our bikes around in the snow, and we did everything. And we didn't have gloves or anything, so we used tube socks as gloves. And my poor mom did endless laundry because we went through every single pair of tube socks, soaked them till mom would make us take a time out to put everything in the dryer and get the tube socks dried out so we could start over again. She wasn't going to wash them until we were done.
Smart.
But I just remember, we built the ugliest snowman ever, and it was mostly ice. But I look forward to hopefully getting enough to do that again this weekend.
It would be nice. It's been a long time since I had enough to build a good snowman. That sounds awesome.
Kidding.
That wasn't made of tumbleweeds.
You need a little bit of moisture in the snow too, Keith.
Yeah,
which I bet would probably be a challenge for you because it's pretty dry and powdery.
Yeah, you look for the day that there's a little wetness in there, so you can really start rolling that big old ball, make it bigger and bigger to make the snowman. Yeah, ours usually is like half a thing, and you're so excited, and it just disintegrates.
Yeah,
it's like gluten-free baked goods. It's just going to throw it out there. I know the thing or two about that with my wife having gluten-free food all the time. Yeah, it's the same thing as a dry snowball. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
But
goes down the same.
It's hard even to make snowballs for a snowball fight, much less a snowman. Like you throw it and like halfway to the person, it just disintegrates and it's like sparkles them instead of hits them.
Just
like, what is this? A snowball fight or Twilight? Whatever.
Oh, good grief.
So we used to have fun. We lived, grew up in El Paso, and we lived at the base of. We were kind of at the foot of the mountain that runs north and south through El Paso, and our block was on a hill, and we were at the bottom of the hill, my buddies and I. And so, when it was icy, like it was a challenge to get up to the top of that hill, but we did everything we could. And half the time it wasn't snow; it was just a block of ice on asphalt. I don't know how we didn't die or cause massive like brain injury, but we would get one of those. I think we bought there was one year, I think after it snowed that I think it was Gibson's, right? Like we had a Gibson store. Walmart wasn't even around then, but we went to Gibson's and Gibson's decided to buy a bunch of those disc sleds. Do you remember the round disc sled, like a plastic radar dish? So I remember it was probably after the snow fell one year, they decided to order some, and it never snowed again for 3 years. But for some reason, we kept it right for that day. And we used that thing was intended for true snow on a hill. By the time we were done with that thing, you could see through the plastic because it was so rotted out from the grinding on the street, going down the street. But yeah, I remember that vividly. And I also remember the snow drifts would be so high, we would get on top of all of our fences were rock walls. They were made of lava rock.
Yeah.
Or not lava rock, but rock walls in El Paso. For some reason, instead of wood fences, they were rock fences. They were great. Still to this day, I miss my rock fences. But anyway, you could jump off the top head first into a snowdrift that had blown up against the wall, and you just jump head first and just stick, and your feet are just sticking out of the snow, and you got to have somebody help pull you out or you're going to suffocate. But it was the greatest thing. Yeah. So yeah, if you do that, kids these days, have a friend to pull you out. Okay. Just disclaimer there. No lawsuits. Okay. So, but yeah, no, it was good stuff, man. What about you, Noel? What did y'all do?
As a kid, I used to remember snow days were the most incredible day of the year, next to Christmas mornings, obviously. But when it was a snow day, because it was usually unexpected, my mom used to always downplay my expectations because I'd hear the news report and stuff. We didn't have phones and stuff back in the day, and so you had to hear the news report. And if it was in the middle of the week and it was the possibility that we might miss school, she was always downplaying but it takes a lot for it to snow, and that's the forecast may be for further north or maybe further south. It may not be for us, and just trying to
calm your expectations, right?
Calm your expectations, and so I would go to bed excited still that, hey, when I wake up tomorrow morning, it might be snowy. And so I remember waking up, the sun's up, and looking up on the ceiling. And when it was white outside, I mean, it was like lit up the room a different way than like when the regular sun was out. And when I looked out, I remember looking outside and seeing the snow and just going bonkers. Like I didn't eat breakfast, did nothing. I think I even had my pajamas on, and I had like this full body thing, head to toe zipped up and everything. And I remember as I grew up and got taller, that kind of started, supporting me better. Let's just say maybe too much, if you know what I'm saying.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
So I had to like walk kind of hunched over a little bit. Standing upright kind of was uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. And I had the
talking funny.
Yeah. Hey guys, you want to throw a snowball? But had the gloves, had the mitt, my mom was very strict. Like you need to be dressed head to toe before you go outside, and you don't want you to get sick and all that kind of stuff. So after we got properly dressed, properly fed, everything else, then we got to go outside. And then it was like you guys, like we didn't come back the rest of the day. Like we had my dad had a green plastic sled that we moved to Clifton from Sherman, and Sherman's of course north of Dallas, almost Oklahoma. And so we used to get a lot more snow up there. And so we bought like a plastic sleigh, and we kept that thing, man. He brought to Clifton, and we dragged that thing out of the shed and rode that thing around. We'd take turns like pushing each other and then pulling each other, and
that's awesome.
Just wearing herself out and stuff. But it was great. There were a couple years where we got so much snow. One of my friends, his name is Tommy Lairden. His parents lived way out in the country, and my family lived inside the city limits of Clifton. And so it snowed so much this one year. I think I was probably in second or third grade or something, and Tommy came over, and then it snowed so much that we couldn't get Tommy back to his house.
Oh wow.
And so so he stayed with us for we had 3 sleepovers in a row, and all we did was play out in the snow. And it was funny because Tommy was bigger than my brothers and I, and so we didn't have clothes we could give him. My mom couldn't give him, hey, just wear some of Noel's clothes or whatever.
Right.
We had to mom had to wash and dry all of his clothes, and he kept getting them wet from the snow. And so it was this constant go outside. Okay, Tommy, strip down, put on something else, and I'll dry your clothes for you, and then put them right back out. He'd go out, and 10 minutes later, he'd come back soaked again, and mom's drying them off again. So it was just he had no other sets of clothes, but it was great memories. And one of the best parts, of course, in addition to missing work or missing school, was my dad didn't have to work. Mom didn't have to work. It was just us, it was it literally
no
was
responsibilities, right?
No, none. The whole thing just felt like a Christmas day, and no, everything looked cool. It looked different. Just seeing houses that you see every single day with snow on them, they look different. Roads that you see every day look different, and they're a lot more fun to ride down. And we used to ride our bikes in the snow, and which is so dangerous, but it was so fun.
None of us at that age cared. We all did that, man. That's the way. That's where you got to slide better, man. Holy cow.
Absolutely. But by comparison, that was one of the safer things we did on bikes, and but
not the truth,
man. It was those are good memories, and we rode. We used to wear that green sleigh just out, man. We tore that thing up, but a lot of fun.
So how did you all? I remember the excitement of getting the notification of school closure.
Oh man!
So did y'all get that through a television or radio? How did it come? How did the alert come to y'all?
So I think it was usually television, if I remember right.
Okay.
I remember it was always. I was always saying they should just let us know now before we go to bed if we have school tomorrow. And I remember being so upset that I go to bed, wondering, are we going to have to get up and go to school? Living, in South Texas is usually you were going to school the next day. The hope had passed, and
Yeah.
so we had to be jealous of all the other kids further north that had snow and had a snow day and all that stuff. And a bunch of jerks having fun, and we had to go to school. But those moments when you would wake up and there was either winter weather or either delayed school, whatever, that was just the greatest experience.
Mhm.
And I think there was like a telephone hotline, and they would randomly like call around. Of course, all the mothers would quickly communicate with each other, and so
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
figured like the elapsed time between everybody and the decision and the time all the kids in school actually found out that school was canceled was maybe like 7 minutes tops.
Yes.
Just as fast as social media, man.
Yeah.
That was some news that traveled quick,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
I remember my mom listening. There was a radio station. It was a country station, K-Hay. That was the name of it. And that's where she got all the information.
All
Like
of it.
what was the meal? Remember when they would read out the menu of the day? What's the menu at
Yes.
school?
Oh,
All of
yeah.
that.
Yes.
And it was the same
Yeah.
thing. It was like that was the time where she would get up at like 5 a.m. to listen to the school closures. And I tell you what, nothing was more sweet than getting to sleep in. Your mom didn't even tell you it was a snow day. You just woke up and it's 9 and you're like, what's
Mm.
happening? And she goes, look out the window. Oh, the best.
Oh,
You
sweet.
know? Oh man. I'm like, let's go. I don't think let's go was a thing, but if it would have been, I would have said, let's go, And man, yeah, that was a sweet feeling, man. Just to wake up and you're like, I had not in school. This is a snow time. Oh,
Then you got that dilemma: do I go outside and play in the snow or watch Price is Right? Because
right.
when you're sick and you're at home, like it's not sick at home unless Price is Right is on at like
Exactly.
9:30, 10. So
No doubt.
for us, we'd watch Channel 10 in Waco. That's where they would show the the school closures and stuff. But before that even was a thing, the school secretary would call everybody, and my mom would get a call, and then she had to like call somebody. So it's kind of like a phone tree kind of thing where they just kind of relayed the news around. But it traveled so fast that everybody kind of knew, pretty quickly. But yeah, nothing like today where you can get a text alert and all kinds of
man.
stuff and apps
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah. All the goodness. All the goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Price is Right. That was about that age where I discovered Diane Parkinson. Like, it may not be so bad to stay in a little longer. She's about to show off a brand new car.
That's funny.
Keith, I remember when we were living in Clement at Tech, and we had a big snowstorm right around Dead Day.
I remember that. I will never forget that. That was so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that midnight football. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, midnight football and just the snowball fights and
oh man. It was like every it was right. It was the day, it was Dead Day. It was the night before we were supposed to have no classes before finals. And we had a massive snowstorm come in that night. And it was like every guy, this is before text messaging too. We didn't have any of that. And it was like every guy in that dorm knew for some reason they needed to go down to that field next to the dorm, right?
Yeah.
Next to Clement. And I mean, it was like spontaneous snowball fights. We had like football game at midnight. Oh man, that's awesome. That was such I forgot about that, man. That was such a fun night.
Yeah, for sure. Making adult beverages with the snow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Y'all weren't old enough then, though, were you?
Well, I mean,
we had our sources.
Yes, things happen. We were just watching the grown-ups do that.
Yeah. Watch the grown-ups do it. Yeah.
Golly,
like you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I won't say anything.
Yeah, we're gonna turn our head if you give me a little bit.
Give me a sip.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember my freshman year. I was in Weymouth, and the guy that lived next door to my roommate and I was from Conroe, and he'd never seen snow in his life. And that first snow we had, I think it was a spring semester, it was spring of '94, and he was like a child. I mean, like a 5-year-old. The rest of us are all like, "All right, Judd, it's snow. Like, chill out, man." But we walked outside, and like he took off across the parking lot of Weymouth, and was like gathering up snow off of people's, like making snowballs. He's like, I've never made a snowball before. How do you do this? We're like, just, make a ball, man.
Pack it together.
Yeah, it was the most amazing experience just to be there with him and see how like this
joy
thing. Yeah, he's like, I've always seen this, but I've literally never touched snow before. But
that's funny. That reminds me of a story. So, and not related to snow, but you'll appreciate it. So my daughter's boyfriend in pharmacy school is from the Beaumont area, and he came up to see us in West Texas. He'd never seen a tumbleweed before. He literally was outside taking pictures of tumbleweeds to send to his friend's home. It's like, it's so funny the things you take for granted, that somebody else is like, I can't help. I'm finally getting to see a tumbleweed, They
really do exist.
Yeah, they really do exist. I thought it was just on the Roadrunner show,
I remember my first tumbleweed experience, man. It was we were in on the intersection on Brownfield Highway going out to slide, and the light turned green and nobody went, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And about that time in the middle of the intersection, this tumbleweed like went by, and I'm like, it doesn't look anything like the ones in the cartoon. It was like, that thing looks scary.
That thing could injure a vehicle,
It could hurt some. Like the cars were giving it right away, and it rolled off, and then everybody went.
Did you all have snow ice cream? Did you all make snow ice cream?
Mm-mm.
I don't think we did.
Oh my gosh!
Did you?
Oh
Tell
man!
me about it.
So my mom, man, it was basically she would collect. Fortunately, we didn't have any pets in the backyard, so most of the snow was clean, right? And so she'd grab a bowl of snow. I remember it was this green, like the old salad Tupperware, right? The green deep dish, that thing would survive a nuclear incident Tupperware, right? So she'd go back in the back and she would just scoop up a whole thing full of the snow while we were out playing. And then we'd come in, the fireplace would be going, right? And she would whip it up. I think it was, she had snow. It was, and I think she didn't ever have like the exact measurement. She was just to taste, so you'd have, it mix it with snow, some sugar, some vanilla, and some milk. And you'd just mix it up. And then like, she just had these, again, it was the old dishes, the old Tupperware dishes, right? And she'd bring that out with a spoon to all of us. And man, I can taste it right now. I remember that taste vividly. Like
that does sound good.
I remember a couple of years ago, Hayden, when he was a little kid, we had a pretty good snow. And I called my mom, like, you got to remind me how to do this. He's got to discover what it's, and even to this day, he's like, Dad, man, maybe we'll have some snow ice cream tomorrow. Like, he's like, I need to remember how to, he still thinks about that. So it's,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you ever get a chance, it's snow mixed with a little bit of vanilla, some sugar, and some milk, and just mix it just to taste it. It's fantastic.
That's why people are stocking up on milk.
That's the only reason. Everybody's wanting snow ice cream for the half an inch of ice we're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly right.
Either that or they're making French toast. One of the two.
Yeah, it's going to be, because they are taking up all the toast. You're right. There's going to be a lot of French toast.
What is it about the stuff that people stockpile? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, and our toilet paper aisle was gone. What? It's how much are you going to crap in 2 days? I don't get it. Like, what are you cooking? Of course, then we see our friend's meat tray, and it goes, okay, maybe,
that makes sense.
Our group chat, we've got a couple of guys that are sending us pictures of all the meats they're smoking. I'm like, okay, well, I can see the valid point for toilet paper now, I guess.
It's about 10 pounds of meat, man.
It was, man. I mean, I feel like I had a little bit of a colon problem after just looking at that picture.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I remember in high school, I think it was either a sophomore or junior in high school, and we did this spring band trip to Colorado Springs, and we performed at some music festival. Well, the night that the first night we arrived in Colorado Springs, it snowed. And of course we were all excited. And so next morning we wake up and there's just snow everywhere. And,
oh man.
And so we had the biggest, 160 kids in the band, and we had the biggest snowball fight and just had the best time ever. I remember the hotel manager saying this is the first time they didn't have to have their maintenance crew do the snow removal because we did it for them.
Yeah, probably so happy you were there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's been very seldom that I've actually experienced a solid, true snow. Like, we have a Texas snow, but I remember when I was working with the company one time, our company was based out of Minneapolis, and we got up there, and let me tell you, there's a lot of frozen lakes in Minnesota. I'm telling you, we decided to rent some jet skis or some snow skis. Sorry, some snow skis, and we went out, and we were supposed to be back in like 6 hours. We got so lost because every lake looks like the same lake up there, and here's a bunch of rednecks getting up in Minnesota trying to act like they know what they're doing, man. But man, that was a lot of snow. Like when you see snow like that, you're like, that's legit. Like I can see why people end up hating this after months, but I am so happy right now,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could do it for a while, but I think after a while it would be just not. There's too much Texan in me.
Right. I was talking to a guy that lives in Boston right now, and I work with him a little, and he said, I asked him, I said, so do you ever get tired of the snow? And he goes, yeah, I mean, we enjoy it for a little bit, and then it gets really old. He said, we're used to it. It's not stopping our life. We're used to it, but it just gets old. I said, so it's the equivalent of 100-degree days in Texas. We know we're going to get through it, but we're just really ready for it to stop. He's like, that's exactly what it's like up here. It's like, we're just ready for it to be done, but we got to keep going, So complete opposites, but so true. So
for sure.
But yeah. So, hey, just a little reminiscing of a snow day, since we got some nice, maybe some just good, buckle up, get a fire roaring weekend coming up. I'm glad it's on the weekend. I'm happy that I might just be able to be home and enjoy it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
It would be great to see our listeners share their snow pictures from this coming weekend.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to post that on our Facebook pages to say share your snow pictures, or your ice pictures, or the picture that Noel just shared with us of the Houston area. Holy cow, dude, that's crazy! You've got to post that, Steve.
It's like it's a pocket. Like you have to say nothing. You can just look at that and go, you guys don't know. You guys don't know how to drive this.
Like, I almost wish that I could see the live feed of that. Just see the next one.
It was one of those days, if I remember it right. It was one of those days where it wasn't in the forecast and it just happened. They were predicting we were going to get some rain, and then suddenly get this cool blast, and what was rain turned into sleet and snow a little bit. Wow. And it's this wintry mix, and everybody was stuck at work, and then trying to get home, the 5 o'clock rush hour home. That's when I took that picture. I was like, it is a freaking nightmare. I mean, it's a nightmare, but
when is it supposed to start rolling in for y'all tomorrow?
Tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Sometime around midnight, I think, is what I saw.
Yeah. By the way, we're recording this on the 22nd. I know we're releasing it Friday, but that's why I'm saying tomorrow. So interesting. Yeah, it's about the same for us. We're seeing maybe a little precipitation in the afternoon, but turning to cold, freezing stuff at around 6 o'clock, I think. So like I said, if it stays the way it is, couldn't be more perfect timing for us to just be home, and just hopefully everybody's power stays long. Everybody can stay warm and safe. I'm not trying to make light of a snow day, because it could be pretty bad for a lot of people, but hopefully my hope is that we can just enjoy a good little happy winter weather and then get through it. But for those that have some severe impacts, I hope you all stay safe, and our prayers go to you all if you do have something harsh.
Absolutely.
Stay off the roads unless you absolutely have to go, and if you do have to go out, just be careful. Be super careful. Drive
Buy your toilet paper tonight.
Buy lots of toilet paper.
Do you think, I asked Don this earlier, do you think the grocery store owners have to love these days? This has to be their happiest day and most profitable day. I mean,
got to.
Yeah.
Although nobody's gonna be buying toilet paper or milk and eggs or bread for 3 weeks. That's
true. It's true. It's put some hay in the barn, Helen. We may not get any more in stock for a couple of days,
Yeah, we're it's crazy.
It is.
But No,
they know the opportunity, because Robin sent me to the grocery store first thing this morning to go buy a case of water, and because they were out last night, because I really think we need some water just in case. I was like, okay, I'll go. The place is almost perfectly back in stock.
Are you serious? So they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I was like, these guys are professionals.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They may have experienced this a time or two. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, you all enjoy the weekend, and
you too,
Noel, I
guys.
know you're still recovering. Get you feeling better and better, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yeah. This is Barry White signing off.
I tell you what, you are really getting us some women listeners. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We'll take requests if you have something you want me to say.
That's right.
It. I'll have happy to do it. Hey,
it's on Cameo, people. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, have a great, safe weekend, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, everybody.
See you, everybody.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the Gen X Journey podcast belong solely to the hosts and guests and do not necessarily represent the views or opinions of any entity they are associated with. The information provided is for entertainment and informational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Listeners are encouraged to seek the advice of qualified professionals for any specific issues they may face. The creators and contributors of this podcast make no representations as to the accuracy, completeness, or validity of any information, and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its use.